morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all. Welcome to the 2015 Scotch Plains Fanwood Memorial Day observances. Welcome, veterans. Welcome to all presently serving in the armed forces. Thank you for your service. Today, we come together as a community to honor and to thank all of you for your service to the nation and to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice while protecting our liberties and our freedom. Today, we celebrate the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II, and we mark the 70th anniversary of the end of an unparalleled, horrific human tragedy, the end of the Holocaust, the liberation of Auschwitz. Today, we are reminded that freedom isn't free, and that our nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave. Now, let me introduce to you Father David Santos from St. Bartholomew the Apostle Church, a veteran as well, who will deliver this morning's invocation. Father David.
Mindful of the great sacrifice that so many men and women offered so that we can live in freedom, in the quiet sanctuaries of our own hearts, let each of us name and call on the one whose power is great and gentle, firm and forgiving, holy and healing. You who created us, who sustains us, who calls us to live in peace, hear our prayer this day. Hear our prayer for all who have died, whose hearts and hopes are known to you alone. Hear our prayer for those who put the welfare of others ahead of their own, and give us hearts as generous as theirs. Hear our prayer for those who gave their lives in the service of others, and accept the gift of their sacrifice. Help us to shape and make a world where we will lay down the arms of war and turn our swords into plowshares for a harvest of justice and peace. Comfort those who grieve the loss of their loved ones, and let your healing hand be that which brings tranquility in our and their lives. So, most eternal God, as Americans, we want to thank you for this great country. We are humbled that in your divine sovereignty, we were born or naturalized in such a nation as this. How blessed we are to be Americans. So hear our prayer this day, and in your mercy answer us. In the name of all that is holy, amen. And may the peace of God be in your hearts and always reign in your lives. Amen.
Thank you, Father David, for that invocation. God bless you as well. Now, please join me in a salute to the flag, which will be followed by the playing of the national anthem by the Scotch Plains Fanwood Marching Band, led by Durant Thomas. I pledge allegiance and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Halt! Parade! Rip! Color guard! And halt! Reset! Halt!
Thank you to the Scotch Plains, Fanwood, Marching Band. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the chairman of the Scotch Plains Fanwood 2015 Memorial Day Committee, Mr. Ralph Checchio, who will introduce this year's Grand Marshal.
I'd like to thank everyone for attending the Scotch Plains Fanwood Memorial Day Parade, and also thank the Parade Committee for all their hard work. This year we're pleased to have with us Earl Phillips, a World War II veteran of Fanwood, who has been chosen as the parade's Grand Marshal. Mr. Phillips was born on October 22nd, 1921, and has lived in Fanwood his entire life. He served overseas in Europe as a quartermaster, second-class petty officer in the U.S. Navy during World War II. Mr. Phillips played a vital role in 3 invasions during the war, including the best-known battle in America, D-Day. Prior to D-Day invasion, Mr. Phillips witnessed the sinking of 9 ships during Operation Torch, the British-American invasion of French Morocco in 1942. The battle helped pave the path through the Mediterranean Sea for the invasion of the southern Europe. He also participated in the invasion of Sicily and Salerno. After his service in the military, Mr. Phillips joined the Fanwood Police Department in 1946. Served on the force for 35 years until his retirement as a sergeant, April 1981. Since then, he has been actively in the community as a member of the Fanwood Shade Tree Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to 2015 Grand Marshal Earl Phillips. On behalf of Scotch Plains Fanwood Memorial Day Committee and a grateful community, I'd like to present you with our Grand Marshal plaque. Please join us in a big round of applause for our 2015 Grand Marshal. This year marked the 70th anniversary of World War II and the end of the Holocaust. In April 1945, Corporal Joe Barbalone from Newark, New Jersey, and his unit entered Mountain House concentration camp to liberate it from the Nazis. Joe carries out a 65-pound young lady. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to her. Mrs. Klusman, a Holocaust survivor who at 92 years young tells her story of 5 years in the Nazi concentration camp. To honor 6 million Jews who were murdered, including her own father, her mother, and her brother, to ensure that this will never happen again, please join me in giving a warm Scotch Plains welcome to Mrs. Marsha Kruzman.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me. And the most important thing for me is to thank you all, American soldiers who liberated and free Europe. I was liberated the 5th of May 1945, 3 days before the World War finished. I am survivor of 5 concentration camps: Plaszow, Auschwitz, Bergen-Belsen, Gillenau, Flossenburg, and I was liberated in Mauthausen, 11th Army, 11th Armored Division. Here I have a liberator's son who liberated me from Mauthausen. So that is for sure. Wayne is for sure true story. That his father actually liberated me literally from outside the concentration camp, from outside the crematorium, where I was lying then to be pushed to the crematorium. So God bless America. And I thank the mothers and fathers and the whole family who sacrificed their own children to send them to Europe to help to liberate it. Not only us, but the whole Europe from a man who was not worth it to be living. Now, I'm not going to talk much about this, but I thank you very, very much. Once again, thank you, and God save America.
On behalf of the Scotch Plains Family Memorial Day Committee and the entire community, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Ms. Kruzman, as well, and certainly congratulations to Mr. Earl Phillips, our Grand Marshal of the Year. Thank you, Chairman. I'd like now to introduce our elected officials who have joined with us today. I'd like to welcome my partner at Town Hall, our Township Manager, Al Mirabella, also our County Freeholder, Mr. Mirabella. Also with us is the Union County Sheriff from the Union County Sheriff's Office, Under Sheriff Michael Frank. My fellow council members, Deputy Mayor Colleen Gellinella, Councilman Llewellyn Jones, Councilwoman Rose Cecchio, Councilman John Del Sordi. From the Fanwood Town Council, Mayor Colleen Marr, Council President Russell Hugo, Council members Kathy Mitchell and Tom Krantz. I'd like also to acknowledge a few of our World II veterans who were Grand Marshals in the past. With us today, Alex DePace, Frank Russo, Malcolm Nettingham. Next, I want to recognize again the 2015 Memorial Day Committee members who began working in January organizing and planning this year's event, and the Memorial Day concert that was presented yesterday in Fanwood. Their dedication and commitment to honoring our servicemen and women and to remembering our fallen heroes has served to keep this over 50-year-old grand tradition alive. Chairman Ralph Cecchio, Chairman Emeritus Don Wussler, Tony Parente, Joe Dillon, Bob LaCosta, Joanne Glover, my First Lady, Joe McCourt, Guy Cecchio, Laura Swiderski, Michael Reba, John Mooney, Kevin Burns, Ray Spahn, Fred Haas. And let me take a moment for you all to look around. Has Scotch Plains downtown ever looked better? Thank you to the Scotch Plains Department of Public Works who have worked so diligently over the night and the last couple of days to really shape up things down here. It's the things, it will be the things of things to come. So thank you all to the DPW. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning. Let me begin my remarks as well, again, thanking Grand Marshal Earl Phillips and recognizing a very special honoree, Marshal Kruzman, a Holocaust survivor. On behalf of the Township of Scotch Plains and the Borough of Fanwood, we are honored by your presence. May God bless the both of you. Today, In small and large towns, cities throughout the land, people will gather, as we have here this morning, to thank those who served in our armed forces and to remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice defending our nation. We recognize their service and devotion. And as well, we thank their families for the sacrifices they made too, while their loved ones were in uniform. We stand here today, united, surrounded by monuments, memorials, dedicated to honor our servicemen and servicewomen, monuments that tell a story of our fellow citizens' service to the nation. We thank all of them for answering the call to duty. This year marks the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. World War II, the deadliest military conflict in history. It killed more people and caused more far-reaching changes than any other war in history. Over 16 million of our fellow citizens served in the armed forces during the war. And while we prevailed and were victorious against ruthless dictators intent on world domination and on the extermination of human rights, victory came at a heavy price. Our losses were devastating. We suffered over 400,000 casualties, and more than 675,000 were wounded in action. So today we honor and remember all of them, all who served. We remember and recognize them as the greatest generation, a reference bestowed upon them by the prominent news anchor, historian, and author Tom Brokaw. It has been written and said of those who served that they served for a love of country. They came from all walks of life, but shared several qualities: love of country, courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, integrity, honor, and let me add another, humility. In his book, The Greatest Generation, Tom Brokaw argues that the World War II generation's perseverance through difficult times is a testament to their extraordinary character. Their challenges seemed insurmountable, yet their remarkable actions during times of war and peace made the United States a better place in which to live. Clearly, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt understood those challenges when he shared with the nation, "This generation of America has a rendezvous with destiny." The end of the war in Europe and our victory over Nazism marks, as well, the 70th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz and the end to the Holocaust. As our forces liberated Hitler's death camps where 6 million Jewish men, women, and children were murdered. Today, we stand in remembrance of those who were murdered in the darkest hour of human history. Today, we honor the victims and survivors of the Holocaust. And it begins with our renewed recognition of the value and dignity of each person. It demands from us the courage to protect the persecuted and to speak out against bigotry and hatred. We commemorate all the victims of the Holocaust, pledging never to forget, and recalling the cautionary words from author and survivor of Auschwitz, Primo Levi, and I quote, "It happened, therefore it can happen again. It can happen anywhere," end quote. Today, we come together and commit to the millions of murdered souls and all survivors that it must never happen again. President Obama reflected on the end of the World War II and the Holocaust as follows: "We will be forever grateful for what these remarkable servicemen and servicewomen did, for the selfless grace they showed in one of our darkest hours. Let's make sure that we strive to fulfill our founding ideals, that we are a country where no matter whom we are, or where we are from, or what we look like, or whom we love, freedom, security, democracy, human rights must be the rule of law. We stand together today against bigotry and hatred in all their forms. Our united stance gives meaning to this, our sacred pledge. Never forget, never again. Again, thank you all for coming out today to attend this ceremony and for your love of country and for your dedication to honoring the men and women who defend our nation, past and present. Let us express as well our deepest gratitude and appreciation to all the members of the armed services serving around the world today. Let us thank them for their service and sacrifices as we pray for their safety and that they too may be reunited with their families soon. God bless you all. God bless the United States of America. Thank you all for coming out today. Now I'd like to ask Bob Lacosta, Vietnam veteran and a former Grand Marshal, to come forward to conduct our laying of the wreath ceremony. Mr. Lacosta.
Thank you, Mayor. But ladies and gentlemen and parade attendees, at this time we honor those who gave their lives in service to America to preserve our freedom with the presentation of wreaths, followed by a rifle salute and the playing of taps. On behalf of the World War II veterans, Mr. Alex DePace. On behalf of American Legion Post 209, Kevin Burns. The veterans of Foreign War Post 20122, Earl Pavelak. Scotch Plains Vietnam Veteran Memorial Committee, Ralph Checchio and Joe McCourt.
Yeah, I know, but I get a response from him. I know, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather you make sure you get sound.
The Korean War veterans, Don Wessler and Tony Parenti. The Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 688, Rick Harrison. Hey, Joe, we're going to skip number 8 right now and go right to the Scotch Plains PBA, presented by Dave Lowry. Scotch Plains Volunteer Fire Department, Captain Joe Rodriguez and Battalion Chief Skip Peel. Scotch Plains Rescue Squad, presented by Dan Sullivan. Scotch Plains Italian American Club, sponsored by, presented by John Appizato and Anna Appizato. Thank you. Sons of the American Legion Squadron, right, by Gene Sikowski. By Unico, Paul Raphael. Scotch Plains Business and Professional Association, presented by Steve Goldberg. And a Holocaust wreath presented by Marsha Kruzman, along with Wayne Hanlon. Okay, we need the rifle salute and the playing of taps, please. At this time, I would ask Rabbi Abraham of Temple Shalom, who will give the benediction. Rabbi Abraham.
Yesterday in my congregation, we marked the holiday of Shavuot. For Jews, it commemorates the day when the Israelites stood in Mount Sinai and entered into covenant with God. Our students in our congregation mark this by entering into confirmation, confirming that they too are part of that covenant. And it occurred to me that we do the same thing today. As a nation, we have entered into a different covenant. We entered into the covenant of our Constitution, a place in which all of us, citizens of the United States, have pledged certain things to each other, to an ideal that we hold dear. And like any covenant, it comes with a cost. And the cost of that life and liberty is that sometimes some of us put our lives on the line. And sometimes they pay the ultimate price and give those lives for the liberty and freedom of all. It is the credit to us as a nation that several times in our history we have stood up and said that the life and liberty of others is as important as our own. That slavery and want and murder, wherever it may be found, are things that we as Americans must fight and must, as our part of the covenant, stand up to combat. We recall on this morning the sacrifice of those who stood up to do their part in that covenant. So I ask that if you are able to please rise. Turn your thoughts at this moment to that which is greater than the individual human spirit. That which brings us together, that which holds us to that covenant that binds us together as human beings and as Americans. We ask that the spirits of those who have come before us, who have given that sacrifice, are held in gentle peace. We ask that comfort is given to family and friends of those who have given that sacrifice,
that strength is given to those comrades in arms who offered themselves as well. We ask for strength to hold ourselves to this covenant as well. Covenant for all humanity. Covenant born in these United States. Covenant that we stand today in support of. We ask for your help. We hope in ourselves and in this covenant together as we remember and pledge ourselves. And we say, Amen.
Wide, just pick off, okay? Yeah.
God bless America. It never sounded so beautiful. One more time for the Scotch Plains Family Choir. Folks, you were wonderful. Well, that kind of concludes our ceremony, but I want to thank you again all for coming. May God bless you once again. May God continue to bless the United States of America. And now, once again, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our parade MC, Bob LaCosta. Enjoy the parade and have a great day. I know this is going to be our biggest and best parade ever.
Leading the parade are the Scotch Plains and Fanwood Police Departments. The Scotch Plains Police are under the direction of Chief Brian Mahoney. The Fanwood Police Department are led by Chief Richard Trigo. Stepping off is the American Legion Post 209 Color Guard. Color Guard is a ceremonial unit with the American Legion Post 209. consisting of several flag bearers and a rifleman. The Color Guard performs at parades, veterans programs, memorial dedications, and other patriotic events. It provides a final salute and tribute at funeral services for deceased comrades. The Color Guard is led by Captain Tom Kane. Color Guard. Everybody? Yep, step it off. Next is the St. Gilmasile United Gallic Pipe Band. Outstanding bagpipers. The Gallic Pipe Band of Kearney, New Jersey, was founded in 1949 by the late Sean McGonigal. While appearing in many parades throughout the metropolitan area, they also compete against top bagpipe bands in the United States and Canada, as well as Scotland. The bagpipers certainly set the tone for our parade and the entire day with their inspirational music. Let's give a hand to the bagpipers. The next in the parade is our 2015 Grand Marshal, Mr. Phillips, who played vital roles in 3 invasions during World War II, including the best-known battle in American history, D-Day. Prior to the D-Day invasion, Mr. Phillips witnessed the sinking of 9 ships during Operation Torch and the American and British invasion of French Morocco in 1942. The battle helped pave through the Mediterranean Sea for the invasion of Southern Europe. He also participated in the invasion of Sicily and Salerno. After his service in the military, Mr. Phillips joined the Family Police Department in 1946 and served as a sergeant there until 1981. Since then, he has been an active member in the community and a member of Fanwood Shade Tree Committee. The next in our line of march is Marcia Kruzman, a Holocaust survivor who at 92 years young survived 5 years in Nazi concentration camps and is here today to honor 6 million Jews who were murdered along with her mother, father, and brother to ensure that this will never happen again. There were several articles written about Marcia and the Liberators in the Star Ledger. Please join me in giving a warm round of appreciation applause for Marcia Kruzman. Our first float of the day honors World War II veterans. As we observe the 70th anniversary of World War II, we pause to acknowledge the 16 million American military personnel who proudly served their country from 1941 to 1945. We pay special tribute to the 407,000 service members who died in service to America during World War II. Joining the Memorial Day are several World War II veterans from our community. They include Frank Clark, Danny Bardoff, Alex DePace, Alan Ebersol, Al Fantini, John Gabriano, Dante Mariani, Ed Miller, Joe Morano, former Grand Marshal Malcolm Nettingham, John Palembi, Harry Porter, and Frank Russo. To these members of the greatest generation, we thank them for their dedication, commitment, sacrifice, and service to America. Thank you all for a job well done. The Veterans of Foreign War, Post 10122. The Veterans of Foreign War, United States and VFW is a nonprofit veteran service organization composed of combat veterans, founded in 1899 and chartered by Congress in 1936. The VFW is the nation's largest organization of combat veterans, with 1.4 million members located in 6,800 VFW posts worldwide. The VFW and its auxiliaries are dedicated to honor the dead by helping the living through the Veterans Service legislative initiatives, youth scholarships, and the Buddy Poppy, a national military service program. The VFW and its auxiliaries contribute more than 8 million hours annually to service the nation in Scotch Plains, Fanwood. The VFW Post 10122 consists of 75 men and women. The Post is an integral part of the communities involved in the following activities. The veterans visit the hospitals, advocacy to Veterans Memorial and observances, assistance to disabled and needy veterans and their family, support of local charities and endeavors, presentation of patriotic and historical projects in schools, sponsorships of oracle essays, scholarship programs for middle and high school students. The VFW Post 10122 is led by Commander Frank Pavlak. Scotch Plains Fanwood High School Raider Band. Congratulations to the 2015 U.S. Band National State Champion, Yamaha Cup and U.S. Band's National Via Chairman. The Raider Marching Band is under the leadership of drum majors Emily Fidlow, Elizabeth Casserly, and Mike Lean, with percussion captains Barry Smith and Isaiah Maxson. Kyle Westerfield, Eva Isaias, Felicia Peterway, and Gail Zabrowski. Color guard captains Amanda Rasconi, Luisa Monte, and Renee Burton. Scotch Plains Fanwood High School Marching Band is directed by Mr. Duran Thomas and assisted by John Gillick and Mr. Charles Jackson, Joe Rio, and Chris DiCarlo. And the color guards under the direction of Miss Jackie Pulo, assisted by Ashley Pistoro and Aaron Palmer. The marching band has been led to great highlights by student leaders and accomplished staff. The Scotch Plains Marching Band is a competing member of the United States Band Association, where they most recently, our Raider Marching Band, is undergoing Triple Crown season, with being crowned U.S. Band Group number 4 and national champion. The Raider Band has earned its top honor in the season, scoring 90.875. Band swept all captains, earning top honors in best music, best percussion, best color guard, best visual, best effect. We are sure that the Scotch Plains Fanwood Raider Marching Band will not disappoint the members of the 2015 Scotch Plains Memorial Day Parade. Scotch Plains Raider Marching Band would like to thank all of our active and retired servicemen and personnel dedicating your lives to keeping our shores safe. God bless America. And next is the Scotch Plains Council members, led by Mayor Kevin Glover, Deputy Mayor Colleen Gianella, Councilwoman Rose Tecchio, Councilman John Del Sordi, Councilman Llewellyn Jones, along with freeholder and township manager Al Marabella. The next is the Fanwood Council and Mayor, led by Mayor Colleen Marr, Council President Russ Hugel, and council members Catherine Mitchell, Tom Krantz, Jack Molinar, Kevin Boris, and Dan Devine. Along with the Fanwood Mayor and Council is the Fanwood Float, led by Mayor Moore and the Fanwood Council, to celebrate the music of World War II era with the Andrews Sisters. Even on the home front, sacrifices were made for the war effort. Food, gas, and clothing were rationed. Communities conducted scrap metal drives, and women joined the force to help to build the armaments. As we grew increasingly dependent on radio support for news of fighting overseas, folks were also exposed to the escapist pleasure of swing, jazz, and music of the 40s. Family salutes the great music of the greatest generation. The next, we have the Scotch Plains Italian American Women's Club, who are leading the gentlemen this year. The Italian Americans Club, founded in 1906, Scotch Plains Italian American Club is a private, non-profit organization originally established by Italian immigrants from a small village of Mondazzoli, located in the Abruzzi region of Italy. The club is located on Valley Avenue in Scotch Plains and has a current membership of 180. The Scotch Plains Italian American Club not only supports various chapters through financial contributions, but its members and volunteer their time and talents to the community. Let's give it up for the Italian American Club. In the line of march is the Scotch Plains Fire Department. The department is commanded by Chief John Ellis and at present consists of 2 battalion chiefs, 4 captains, and 22 firefighters. Let's give it up for the Scotch Plains Fire Department. Next we have the Scotch Plains Rescue Squad. The Scotch Plains Rescue Squad is entering its 78th year of volunteer service to the residents of Scotch Plains, under the leadership of Ed Fiedler and Chief Dan Sullivan. The squad, with over 70 members, responded to over 1,350 emergency calls in 2014. Let's give it up for the Scotch Plains Rescue Squad. But next we have the Robert Birch Moonlighter Band. The Moonlighters consist of professional musicians from Scotch Plains and the surrounding communities. Under the leadership of Bob Birch, the finest musicians in the band gain a great deal of pleasure performing for the public. The Moonlighters are pleased to honor America by participating in performing in today's parade. Let's give a big round of applause for the Robert Birch Moonlighter Band. Next in the line of march is Miss Teen Northeast American Nation. Ganesha Brown was crowned Miss Teen Northeast American Nation in 2014 at the pageant held on October 26th at the Roy Arias Theater in New York City. This is a national pageant organization that recognizes the importance of community involvement and personal achievement. We have the Rollway High School Devil Pup and Lady Pup drill teams, also known as the Rollway High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC. Rollway High School is a nationally known drill team that competes in the National High School Drill Team Competition every year in Daytona Beach, Florida. Let's give it up for the Rollway High School Devil Pup and Lady Pup drill team. Next we have the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School Black Student Union Blue Diamond under the direction of Tashera Wheeler. Let's give a round of applause. But for the first time in Scotch Plains, we have a new member. We have the Central Jersey Police and Fire Pipes and Drums. But the Central Jersey Police and Fire Pipes and Drums band started to come together at the end of 2007. It was officially formed in January of 2008. The band is made up of experienced musicians out of Union and Middlesex County area. The membership is open to all law enforcement, fire service, and EMS and other first responders, as well as civilians with connection to emergency service. As way of acknowledging the patriotism, the kilt tartan is called the American National, and our colors are red, white, and blue. It's led by Pipe Major Kevin Champison, Pipe Sergeant Bob Sloan, Pipe Drum Sergeant John Bender. Thank you for including us in your day today, John Cooley. Another new group to the 2015 Scotch Plains Fanwood Memorial Day Parade is the St. Bartholomew Youth Group. The St. Bart's Youth Group is a high school peer-driven group that comes together every Sunday night to socialize and explore their faith. It's an active group community, I believe, in serving others. This year hosted a veterans dinner in which they honored cook and with the parish veterans with 140 members. The place to be is the town high school. Together with their parish group, the group honors the veterans by marching in the parade today. St. Bart's float honoring the chaplains of World War II. Let's give it up for the St. Bart's and the St. Bart's float. Father David, you look good up there. Oh, and Father Mike. Following right behind, we have the Fanwood Fire Department. The Fanwood Fire Department was established in 1890. They currently have over 30 dedicated members commanded by Chief John Pacola. The feature today is a 1946 antique Mack pumper, a 2006 Dodge Command vehicle, a 2000 Smeel pumper, and a 2006 Smeel 75-foot ladder truck. Let's give it up for the Family Fire Department. Let's give it up for the Family Fire Department and their courageous heroes. Next we have the Family Rescue Squad. The Family Rescue Squad has a proud tradition of volunteerism since its founding in 1948. Squad members come together from all walks of life to train and become emergency medical technicians on their own time. They respond to medical emergencies in Fanwood, Scotch Plains, and other Union County towns 24 hours a day. The Fanwood Rescue Squad has 2 ambulances, a 2001 Road Rescue and a 2010 Braun, both built on Ford F-450 chassis. The Fanwood Rescue Squad operates almost totally through the generous donations of the residents and local businesses, saving taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars over the decades. Information about joining the Family Rescue Squad or donating can be found on the squad's website at www.fanwoodrescue.com. Let's give it up for the Family Rescue Squad. Returning this year again is the David Aaron, the Saints and Sinners Dixieland Band, under the direction of David Aaron, and he salutes and thanks all of our veterans. The Saints and Sinners is a 6-member Dixieland band that plays jazz from New Orleans. It has been in active existence since the 1990s and has performed at corporate, private, and theme parties. The band is led by clarinetist David Arrington, and has performed in Scotch Plains Memorial Day parades for many, many years. The next in the line of march is the Rotary Club of Fanwood, Scotch Plains, which was established in 1937 and is composed of local businessmen and women and is part of the Rotary International, a service organization whose motto is service above self. The Fanwood Scotch Plains Rotary is one of 34,000 clubs throughout the world. There are approximately 2 million Rotarians worldwide, making communities better as enjoying the fellowship of Rotary. Please join them any Wednesday at noon at the Stagehouse Inn, Scotch Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, it is our road. Next we have the Carroll Road Baptist Church, which has been part of our community for nearly 50 years, proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ. The Carroll Road Baptist Church is hosting a vacation Bible school June 22nd, June 26th for children at K through 6 at no charge. They wish everybody a happy Memorial Day and God bless America. Joining us again this year is Cup Pack 4 under the leadership of Jeff Zimmerman. Cup Pack 4 is chartered to All Saints Episcopal Church and is celebrating its 50th year of involvement in the community. made up of approximately 70 boys from Brunner School and School 1 Elementary. It offers great scouting experience that includes fun activities such as overnight camping, exciting field trips and games, while also teaching things like good citizen science and technology and wildlife conservation. Let's give a round of applause to Cup Pack 4. Right behind them we have Cup Pack 34 from Evergreen School. Let's give them a big round of applause. Evergreen Elementary School Cup Pack 34 with Den 7 the Weeblos under the leadership of Pack Leader Ned Ward. Let's give it up for Cup Pack 34 from Evergreen School. But Cup Scout Pack number 99 is chartered to the First United Methodist Church of Scotch Plains and is made up of approximately 25 boys from Scotch Plains and Fanwood, primarily attending Coles Elementary School. The pack is led by new Cub Masters Joshua Krantz and Susan Sanchagrin. Let's give it up for Cup Pack 98 from the First United Methodist Church in Scotch Plains. The next in the line of march is Cup Pack 103 from St. Bartholomew. Let's give it up for the Cup Pack from St. Bart's. Next in the line of march, we have Community Post 209, the American Legion, along with the Legion Riders with their guests, the Eagle Riders. The American Legion was chartered by Congress in 1919 as Patriotic and Mutual Help Wartime Veterans Association. It's a non-for-profit community service organization which now numbers 2.4 million members for men and women and nearly 14,000 American Legion posts worldwide. Its motto is for God and country. The primary objectives of the Legion is to protect the rights of veterans, to foster spirit and friendship. We certainly welcome the Eagle Riders to the Scotch Plains Memorial Day Parade today. Scotch Plains Fanwood Lacrosse Club. Scotch Plains Fanwood Lacrosse Club is proud to be an all-volunteer registered non-profit organization that brought youth lacrosse to Scotch Plains and Fanwood in 2007. Since then, they have established themselves as one of the fastest growing youth lacrosse programs in the state, providing quality lacrosse instruction and playing opportunities to hundreds of boys and girls from K through 8th grade. Besides managing the youth organization, Scotch Plains Fanwood Lacrosse Club also supports the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School lacrosse program, which is currently self-funded. The high school boys varsity team won its 10th victory for the first time. The high school team won its first home state playoff game and advanced to the quarterfinal round of the state tournament. I thank all our past and present board members, coaches, volunteers, players, and parents of the high school administration and the Booster Club for helping making lacrosse in our community a success. The Academy of Fine Arts is located at 1820 East 2nd Street in Scotch Plains and is dedicated to fun dance education. With 45 years of experience, their college-educated instructors help each child to reach their dance goals. Today, the junior competition team presents an old standard. Sing, sing, sing to honor the veterans, the music, and their wonderful world. Let's give a warm round of applause for the Academy of Fine Arts. Next we have the Fanwood Scotch Plains Girl Scouts. 103 years old since Juliette Lowe held her first U.S. Girl Scout meeting in Savannah, Georgia. Since then, Girl Scouting has been building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. As a group dedicated to serving the community, the Girl Scouts salute the men and women of America's armed forces who are the ultimate example of serving all of the communities of the United States. During World War II, Girl Scouts served on the home front, collecting waste, fat, scrap metal, growing victory gardens, and selling defense bonds. In 1944, a Liberty ship was named for the Girl Scouts founder, the SS Juliette Lowe, built in the southeastern shipyard of Savannah, Georgia. And because of the shortages of flour and sugar, the Girl Scouts sold calendars instead of cookies in 1944 and 1945. Today's Girl Scouts support the military in many ways. They send cookies and other goodies to military personnel overseas at Christmas, Valentine's Day, and other occasions. They collect items to help comfort returning wounded soldiers, and each Memorial Day, the Girl Scouts join this parade to honor those who have fallen in service to our country both recently and years past. In Fanwood Scotch Plains, there are over 850 Girl Scouts. Come on, girls, let's hear it. There's 850 out there. Including girls from kindergarten to 12th grades and hundreds of adult volunteers. You can see some or all of those volunteers in the parade today, and some are watching from the sideline. Here's a shout out to all the volunteers. The program would not exist without you. New Girl Scouts and adult volunteers are welcome at any age, at any time of the year. We are also grateful to the cooking-buying citizens of Scotch Plains and Fanwood. This spring, our girls sold 42,000 boxes of cookies, earning thousands of dollars for the troops' activity here in town, in addition to supporting their council camps and programs. Fanwood Scotch Plains is part of the Girl Scouts of New Jersey, which serves about 25,000 girls, 11,000 adult volunteers from the Hudson to the Delaware River. In Union County and 6 other counties, you can find the council website at www.gashmj.org. This is the Lions Club. The Scotch Plains Lions Club supports St. Joseph's of the Blind in Jersey City. Also, Camp Basella in Boonton, New Jersey for the blind children. The Lions Club also support the car show for Scotch Plains Day and donates to the Scotch Plains PBA, Scotch Plains Fire Department, and Scotch Plains Rescue Squad. Next we have the Fanwood Scotch Plains YMCA Dance Program. The Fanwood Scotch Plains YMCA Dance Program proudly presents its dancers. Their program offers classes in ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, and modern. We have performing a non-profit performing class ages 2.5 to 13. They want everybody to stop by the Y, come out and check them out. let's give it up and let's give them a big round of applause. Okay, we have the Fanwood Lions Club. Fanwood Lions Club was originally chartered in October of 1949. The club has 15 members who make the difference in the community, whose motto is Lions Make the Difference. They are affectionately known as the Christmas Tree Club. Let's give it up for the Lions Club that are 66 years young. We have the Scotch Plains Baptist Church, which is located on Park Avenue. Every year, the Baptist Church sets up to serve cookies, drinks, and supplies the bathroom while the marchers prepare and wait for the start of the parade. We appreciate all the efforts that the Scotch Plains Baptist Church gives us, and we salute all the members of the Baptist Church. Next we have Scotch Plains Fanwood Girls Softball. Please welcome the elite softball players representing the Girls Softball Leagues from Scotch Plains, represented by Spana Lalano. Let's give it up for the Scotch Plains Fanwood Girls Softball. Metropolitan Festival Band. The Metropolitan Festival Band was founded and led by Michael Armando. Performs year-round for several parades, festivals, and various events in the tri-state area. Let's give a warm round of applause for the Metropolitan Festival Band. Plains Fanwood Little League. This spring marks the 16th year of the Scotch Plains Fanwood Little League. It has provided baseball to rich communities of Scotch Plains and Fanwood. Two towns now look forward to another 60 years of baseball sponsored by the Scotch Plains Fanwood Baseball League. Let's give a warm round of applause to the Scotch Plains Fanwood Little League. Looks like we might have a couple major leaguers coming up in this group. We have representation from Union County Vocational Technical School, career and student organizations. Career and technical student organizations at VOTEC are an integral part of career and technical education and instructional programs. These organizations provide students with the opportunity to enhance their career, employment ability, and leadership skills through a variety of activities. There are 7 CTSOs recognized by the NJDOA as an intracurricular in nature and in practice. The organizations serve to motivate students towards greater accomplishments and to provide a system to reward excellence in student and teacher performance. There are 4 chapters in Union County at VOTEC. Next in the line of march, we have the ATA Karate School, which is located right here on Park Avenue. This is their first year in attending the parade here in the Scotch Plains on Memorial Day. We want to welcome them back for next year and years to come. Next we have the Scotch Plains Family Historical Society. The Historical Society maintains the history of Scotch Plains and Fanwood and helps to educate local groups with tours of the 1770 Osborne Cannonball House located at 1840 Front Street in Scotch Plains. The house is open the first Sunday of every month except in January and February. The Historical Society welcomes new members to their meeting on the fourth Tuesday of every month, again, except in July and August. Again, in our parade this year, we have the Scotch Plains Fanwood Rhythm Sense of the high school. Under the direction of Scotch Plains Fanwood High School's teacher, Joe Rio, the Rhythm Sense is a percussion ensemble comprised of students from Scotch Plains Fanwood High School. The group has performed in this parade for more than a decade, providing lively entertainment along the parade route. We have all of our antique cars. David Bierman riding in that, looks like a Ford Fairlane convertible. Next, we have Lawrence Littman in a 1929 Model A Ford. We have Greg Roser driving his 1972 Monte Carlo. We have June Roser driving in her 1992 Mercedes-Benz convertible. We have a 1989 Cutlass Cruiser, which I believe still is the original owner. We have George Stanatic in his 1969 Mercedes-Benz 280 SE. Next we have the Cruisers under the direction of David Lansbury. The next car is a 27 Ford. 27 Ford Hot Rod. The next we have a 1936 Ford. Beautiful car, powder blue. Next we have a 1923 Ford Hot Rod. A 1928 Studs. Next we have a 1942 Dodge military vehicle. Next we have a red 1948 Citroen. Next we have a 1948 Oldsmobile. Beautiful car. Next we have Bridget, 1929 Chevy. Next we have 1983 Mercedes. Next we have a 1970 Chevy. Next we have a 1930 Model A, driven by Fabio, one of our sponsors from the concert last night, A&S Sanitation. Next we have a 1951 Chevy. Next we have a 1937 Packard, driven by Patrick Thompson. Next we have a 1966 Volkswagen Bug. Next in line, we have a 1970 Volkswagen Camper. Next we have a 1971 white Carmen Ghia. Next we have the Central Jersey Volkswagen Society, driven with a 1979 Volkswagen Camper. Next we have a 1966 Volkswagen Camper. A lot of these Volkswagens are very rare. Next we have a 1970 Volkswagen convertible. Perfect day for the roof down. Next we have a 1962 Volkswagen. Next we have a 1957 Volkswagen. Next we have a 2005 dune buggy. Next we have a 1964 Chevy. And finishing up with this year's band, finishing up at this year's parade is the Westfield Community Band. The Westfield Community Band is now celebrating its landmark 103rd anniversary season. And it's in this area's premier community concert band. The band has been featured in numerous area events, such as the John Philip Sousa Centennial Celebration and the Westfield Bicentennial Celebration from recent years. The band boasts more than 50 members, many of whom you have seen with the band for more than 20 years. The band is widely recognized for its renowned summer concert series held in Mindawaskan Park, Westfield since 1918. In recognition of Memorial Day, the band plays traditional patriotic melodies, including many official songs of the United States Armed Forces. The band is conducted by Dr. Thomas Connors, who is now in his 11th season with the band. The band will perform this summer in Mindawaskan Park on June 25th, July 2nd, July 9th, July 16th at 7:30 for the annual summer concerts in the park. On behalf of the Memorial Day Committee and its members, I would like to thank everyone for coming out and celebrating Memorial Day here in Scotch Plains again. God bless you, God bless America, God bless all its veterans. The winners of the floats will be announced at the last meeting of the Scotch Plains Family Memorial Day Committee meeting. Thank you for all coming.